Good morning, children. Today we are going to study history lesson number 4, the regional kingdoms part 2. After the Sultanate, two kingdoms were powerful. They were Vijayanagar and Bahmani. Now we are going to study about Kashmir. Kashmir was ruled by a Hindu dynasty. In the 14th century, Shah Mir started a Muslim dynasty. Zainul Abidin, also known as Bhushan, was the greatest ruler of Kashmir. He is popularly called Akbar of Kashmir. He practiced religious tolerance and patronized education and learning. He encouraged agriculture and new agriculture, learning and new arts and craft. Next one, Marwar. The Rathors ruled over Marwar. Maharaja Jodha founded the city of Jodhpur. Next one, Mewar. Mewar was ruled by Rajput. Rana Hamid and Rana Kumbha made Mewar very strong. The greatest ruler of Mewar was Rana Sangha. He defeated the ruler of Malwa. Next point is Jaunpur. Malik Sarwar was the governor of Jaunpur during the rule of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Next one is Bengal. Bengal was an important center for trade. The rulers revolted very frequently. In the 16th century, Mughals annexed Kingdom of Bengal. The next one is Malwa. Dilwar Khan founded the Kingdom of Malwa in 1401. The most powerful ruler was Hushang Shah. Next one, Gujarat. Muzaffar Shah founded an independent kingdom in Gujarat in the 15th century. Some famous rulers were Ahmad Shah, Muhammad Shah, etc. Next one, Khandesh. Raja Ahmad, also called Malik Raja, was the first independent ruler of Khandesh. He was succeeded by Nasir Khan and he built a new town, Baranpur. Next one, the Vijayanagar Empire. The Vijayanagar Empire was established by two brothers, Harihara and Bukka Rai, in 1336. Harihara ascended the throne in 1336. He ruled for 20 years. He was succeeded by Bukka, who ruled till 1377. The brothers fought against the Hoysala, ruler of Mysore and the king of Madurai. Bukka defeated the king of Madurai. Dynasties. The kingdom of Vijayanagar lasted for 230 years. Three main dynasties ruled the kingdom. The Sangama, that is from 1336 to 1485, and the Saluva dynasty, that is from 1485 to 1505, and the Tuluva dynasty, 1505 to 1565. Foreign travelers. Niccolo Conti, Abdul Razak, etc. visited Vijayanagar. They have described the city of capital city, that is Hampi, and the life of the people during that time. The next one is Krishnadeva. Krishnadeva was the greatest ruler of Vijayanagar Empire. He defeated the Bahmani Sultan and the king of Odisha. He also annexed Raichur Dab, and it was very fertile. Under Krishnadeva, Vijayanagar covered the whole of South India. He encouraged trade and commerce. He established trading relation with the Portuguese, the English and the Dutch. He paid great attention to agriculture. He built many tanks, dams, canals for irrigation. Next, administration. The king was the supreme authority. A council of ministers assisted him. The empire was divided into mandalams. Mandalams, in other words, provinces. And each mandalam was headed by a governor. Nadus is known as district, Stals means sub-district, and Gramas means villages. And the local self-government was the characteristic of that feature decayed during the period of Vijayanagara. Village administration became feudal in nature. Next point, economic condition. Vijayanagar was very rich kingdom. It was rich in agriculture, trade and commerce. Revenue was the main source of income. Revenue was levied according to the fertility of the land. Moreover, tax was collected from property, sale of goods, professional tax, marriage tax, etc. were collected, and the flourishing trade enriched the empire. Next on end of the empire. The empire became weak after the death of Krishnadeva Raya. The neighboring kingdoms of the Deccan joined hands and defeated the ruler of Vijayanagara in 1565 in the Battle of Talikot. The next one, the Bahmani kingdom. The Bahmani kingdom was established by Alauddin Hassan. He was also known as Hassan Guru. He became king in 1347 and took the title of Alauddin Bahman Shah. He started a dynasty known as the Bahmani dynasty. The kingdom lasted for 180 years. First, Gulbarga was the capital, then Bidar became the capital. Firoz Shah Bahmani and Muhammad Gawan were the powerful kings of this kingdom. Next one, Firoz Shah Bahmani. Firoz Shah Bahmani was powerful ruler. He defeated Gond king. Firoz Shah was a learned man and he was interested in science. He was a good poet and well versed in Persian, Arabic, Turkish, Telugu, Kannada and Marathi. He encouraged learned men to migrate to his court. Next point is Mahmud Gawan. He made the kingdom very powerful. He was a Persian by birth. He settled down in Deccan. For 18 years, he managed the affairs of the kingdom. He expanded the kingdom and reorganized the administration. Mahmud was a patron of learning. He was well versed in mathematics and literature. He encouraged the growth of Urdu. Many scholars from Persia came to Bahmani court. He also built many magnificent Next one, Dakkani Pradeshi conflict. There was continuous conflict between two groups of nobles at the court. First group is Dakkani and the next one is Pradeshi. Dakkanis were of local origin. The Pradeshis have come from Iran, Turkey, Arabia and Central Asia. Muhammad Gawan was a Pradeshi and he failed to unite the two groups. Now let us start with the administration. The Wazir and the Wakil headed the administration. There were different administrative heads for finance, foreign affairs and for religious and judicial department. The kingdom was divided into many provinces Each province was under a governor called the Amir. The governor was also known as Tarafdar, and he had his own army, and they helped the king in times of war and necessities. Next, last point, end of the kingdom. The later kings were weak. This led the governors in the provinces to declare their own independence. In 1527, the kingdom had split up into 5 independent sultanates. The 5 independent sultanates were Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, Berar, and Bidar. So the lesson is complete. Children, you will make note of all the lessons, and the notes carries 5 marks. So complete your notes in time.